Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Baseball King Collectibles. I'm the Baseball King. Welcome back into the studio. As you know, the last few days we were doing some opening cards and packs and things like that. Mystery packs, some 81 flares, some old packs. I'm not going to open any junk wax, so don't worry about that, guys. I'll never do that. That's for the junk wax guys to do. There's plenty of channels for that. But my channel mainly, I am an in-person collector. Okay, that's what this channel is really about. I'm an in-person collector for you newcomers here who don't know. And that's what I did for most of my life. I was an in-person collector. I never paid for an autograph unless it was at a card show. You know, where you had to wait online to pay for the autograph, of course. But it's in person. Celebrities, I never paid for one celebrity ever. I've gotten maybe over 1,000, 2,000 celebrity autographs, maybe more. I never counted. Same thing with baseball and sports and basketball and football and hockey, the major sports. And I've been doing this all my life. So welcome to the channel. Welcome into the studio. And let's get on with today's show. Basically, we have an autograph show today. It's all autographs show today. We have a couple of Hall of Famers on the show. A couple of Cy Young Award winners on the show. We have a celebrity funny man as well. Very funny man. He was really funny guy in person too, as well as And so, like I said, that's basically. And before I get, like I said, I opened up packs in between these last couple of videos because I'm just trying to get some more viewers. But it's not a pack opening channel, guys. Just so you know, I'm not a pack opening channel, but I will do it for now till we build up more subscribers, and that's where I need your help. Like and subscribe, which you already have. And if you haven't, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the neighbors, and everybody else. So, all right, thank you so much for being here. Let's get to today's show. First guest up is a major guest. Not a minor guest, a major guest. It's this guy. Can we see it? I gotta take it out. I gotta take it out of here. And this thing's look, Snow White. Like Snow White on Snow White. Let's get it close here if I could see it. Let me get it right. Oh, sorry. Can we see it? There we go. There it goes. It's Hank Aaron. Is it close zooming in? That's hard to see. Maybe further back is better. I don't know. But it's Hank Aaron. And this ball is like Snow White. Look, it never leaves. It doesn't get sun. It never leaves the case. Really, it's just the way it is. And I've had this autograph over 35 years. It looks like I just got it yesterday. There's no, you couldn't tell. You never touch the ball, guys, because you do. It will leave your fingerprint on it. About 20 years later, you'll see your fingerprint. All right, that's another tip. Just don't touch that. Don't touch anything. Don't let even the guy signing it. Make sure they're not touching nothing because they're eating and stuff. Their fingers, they touch it. Years later, that ball's gonna have a stain on it. I got a couple like that. Trust me, I do. Nobody valuable, thank you. The lesser known Hall of Famers, and I had to redo them again because that's how it is. So, I got a couple Hank Aaron, many Hank Aaron autographs. I really like this set, though. The Hall of Fame set. This was a great set. So Hank Aaron, the way I got the ball was obviously at an autograph show. And, back in the day, $20, Hank Aaron. So that ball's at least 35 to 40 years old. And these are, I have two of these, actually. Hank Aaron. One's an older, so you can see it's an older SGC. It was even certified by PSA at one time. So somebody must have brought it to JSA, and then after that they wanted it slabbed, I guess, so they brought it over to SGC. And it's an old SGC slab as well, which means it's a better autograph usually because it's earlier in his life. It wasn't late in his life. So late in the life, you're going to get not as clear as an autograph sometimes, just how it is. Everybody gets older, their handwriting gets a little not as legible, and that's how it is. And this one here, it's also a PSA, but it's also an older PSA. So you can see that really autographs. Like I say, well, is that real? That real? Is that? Look, you can see these two autographs look not as the same, really, kind of similar, but it doesn't look like the same person did both of them. If you really want to compare them, real close to signatures, a little bit off. But let me tell you, when I see these I buy. Obviously, they're already pre-slabbed. I don't count. It's not an in-person, obviously, but once it's pre-slabbed, I will buy something that's certified. All right, I will not buy if this was loose, not certified. I wouldn't even think of buying it, guys. You probably get them for $30 loose because you just can't trust it. You guys are spitting them out left and right. The forges are out. They're all out there, and you got to buy. And this is an older one, so this was way before the forges started. And because even the forges are getting through now on some legitimate, illegitimate items. PSA, some of these forger guys are good. Yeah, these guys really they're in the wrong craft, but they're good. Fortunately, so that's my Hank Aaron. A couple of Hank Aaron. I got many Hank Aaron autographs. That's just a few of them. Let's get a couple cards. I know you like card signs, so we'll start off with the Rookie of the Year of 1981, and it was a crazy year that year. It was Fernando Mania. Fernando. I got him outside of also Shea Stadium. He was coming to Newton All-Timers Day. Really nice. Stopped, signed for only a few people at a time there anyway. He stopped, signed for everybody. Very nice. He had a great career, really. He burst on the scene. 20 years old, burst on Fernando Mania. He called up the year before. He pitched like 2 games in 1980. 81, he burst on the scene, of course, to Fernando Mania. He was a 6-time All-Star, I believe. Rookie of the Year that year. Cy Young that year, too. That was... Who does that? Rookie of the Year and a Cy Young. It's really hard to do. So, and after that, it's 5 or 6 good years, and then, injuries and this and that and the other thing, but he had a good career. Not a Hall of Famer, but those first 5 or 6 years, he was like Doc Gooden, burst on the scene at a young age. Couldn't sustain it for the entire career, but really a good pitcher, and really a really character of the game with the Fernando Mania. That was really something back in the day. You had to see it to believe it, guys. It was true. It was a mania. Crazy. Just the fans loved it in the Dodger Stadium. They loved when it was an event, basically. It was an event. All right. Next guest, we have a 2-time Cy Young Award winner. All right, 2-time, not 1 time, but 2-time. How's that? Oh, I got him right here. I'm looking for him. He's in my hands. He was a World Series winner as well, and got traded in the middle of his career, and that career fizzled after that. He was okay. Injuries caught up with him. He was never the same. Who am I talking about? Bert Saberhagen. These were the big years with the Royals he had. Real big years. He came up, he was Cy Young twice. I mean, by the time he was in his mid-20s, he was 2 Cy Young, so he looked great. And the Mets, they were late 80s. They traded for him in December of 1991, I believe. For this guy's, I'll put him up on the screen. Greg Jeffries, Kevin McReynolds, and I think, Kevin Miller was the third guy. And they got back Saberhagen, which was a great deal for the Mets. 2 Cy Young Awards. And they got back, I forgot, I'm back. Bill Pecota, I think it was. Anyway, Saberhagen was, once he came to the Mets, the first 2 years, injuries plagued him. He hardly pitched. And the third year, he was also he just hardly pitched with the Mets. 94, he bounced back at a decent year. He was 14-4, I believe. But in 93, 92, he had an incident with the sports writers where, for him, it was a joke. He thought it was a joke. He sprayed the sports writers with a bottle of a water gun and bleach in it. He sprayed it. Really, he sprayed it at people. You're a sensible guy. That if you got in his eyes, what if they got in the guy's eyes, right? Could have really, you could have lost an eye ring. You could blind somebody with that stuff. So it was really, really not right. And for 3 weeks, they had no idea who did it. Nobody wanted to come admit it. Nobody, So finally, came clean about 3 weeks later, and he said he admitted it, and he's sorry, and he gave like a day's pay, or whatever that was at the time, like $15,000, whatever it was, to eye care centers for rehabilitation people and all that, and he paid for the cleaning bills and whatever. So this guy's a multimillionaire, whatever, but. He was wrong, and that kind of, stained his career, and it really left a bad taste with Met fans. And he, after that, the Mets just 1 more year, and he was out of there. And then he went on to bounce around the league a little bit, but he was on his way. He was on his way to Hall of Fame. Didn't make it. Our next guest did make it to the Hall of Fame, and he didn't have those big years. He was never a Cy Young. I don't even like anything. He was one time he won 20. He won 19 once. And that was it, but he did win 324 total games, so that's a lot of wins. That's a compiler, all right? 23 seasons, I believe, and 4-time All-Star, and you name it. Hall of Fame in 1988, Don Sutton. All right, there, Donnie Sutton of the Dodgers. Many years with the Dodgers. He was with the Brewers. He bounced around too towards the end, but he was, he was solid all. That's how you become a compiler. You got to be okay. You have to, even though he had a great early years, and then then he was okay, but you hang around. He's not just hanging around. He was a good number 4, number 3, 4, number 5 starter for many years, in the last 6, 7 years, and got him to the Hall of Fame. Otherwise, if he would have retired with 260, 270 wins, probably not would have made. He would probably had to wait for the Veterans Committee many years later and all that. But Don Sutton, a Hall of Famer. Our next guest, we bring you the celebrity guest of the day. How's that one? And this guy, oh wait, how did I meet Don Sutton? I always forget to tell you how I met. Don Sutton was broadcasting for I believe the Dodgers at the time when I met him in the, he was always getting to the games early. The broadcasters came early to, they got to look over everything, all the notes and stuff. So he was early to the game, and he was really nice. He came out, signed for everybody, every time. Not just this time, every time, and many more times I got Don Sutton. Great signer. And he was a really good signer until he passed away. He was a really good signer. Rest in peace, Mr. Sutton. And our next celebrity guest, can you figure out what that is? What does that look like? This way? Is it this way? Is it no, it is. I gotta look myself. It's this way. All right? That is the face of none other than, I'll put him on the screen now right there, Jay Leno. You can see the chin. He drew this, okay? I didn't draw this. All right? I didn't expect to see him either. It was in the lobby of the NBC building. And he was doing the show. He was in New York to do the Tonight Show for a couple of weeks. He was in Los Angeles mostly, but they came every once or twice a year. They came to New York to do the show for a week or two. So we just happened to see him. Jay, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, he was great. Very nice, very friendly. You couldn't ask for, a nicer guy, and that's, where he is. You get in places in Hollywood when you're nice. He drew that, and that's his signature, Jay Leno. Just pretty good autograph for him. And I had nothing to sign. I didn't want to sign him on an index card. I didn't have a photo, so I had this. It's a piece of cardboard. I was, to hold my photos so they wouldn't bend in my bag. So I always had one of these, and plenty of room to draw, and he drew the face, which was, this is like, it's a 101, right? I should put on here 101 by Jay Leno. There's no other like this, exact same one. This is a 101. So there you go, guys. That's our celebrity guest of the day, the great Jay Leno. All right, that wraps it up for today's show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Would please like and subscribe the page and share, or, just subscribe. That's all I want, more subscribers. My goal is 125. Maybe I'll hopefully getting there soon. Soon. And the next goal is 150. It's like 25 at a time. But the goal is, of course, to grow the channel as best we can. But if not, hey, I'm here. You're here? Who cares who else is here, right? You're seeing it, I'm seeing it. We're having a good time. And that's it. We'll see you guys soon on another episode of Baseball King Collectibles. Continue the journey with us, guys.